All right. Next up, we have Christopher Radu with Element Wealth Management and 180 seconds to entrepreneurial success.
Not again. Okay. Last month it just didn't work for me. I thought the best way to start out 2020 would be to recap 2019. We've got a big crowd tonight. Some people might have missed some of the presentations. So we started out with the basics of starting a business. You should have a business plan, draft an operating agreement. That way you can raise capital and get money from investors. You need some collateral, so get some collateral term insurance. As we discussed last month, most VCs won't do a deal with anybody unless you've got some collateral term insurance. Then we moved on to the pitches, 5-minute pitches. What should be in your 5-minute pitch? So we talked about some of the basics. Acknowledge your competitors. If you're coming up here with an idea, you're obviously trying to improve on something. You should be talking about that. That's what gets people inspired to give you capital, to see your idea through. Talking about some of the building blocks of your business, Tam Sam Song, the guys with the Cat Pack did a great job of that, outlining, here's the total market, here's what they think they could get, and here's what they could expand to with some capital. Moved on to talking about being able to discuss the building blocks of your business, your margins. If it's only gross margin, then it's just a hobby. Ironically, since I did this presentation, the only card store in Traverse City is no longer in business. Job operating, but no profit. This gentleman couldn't afford uniforms, obviously needs a capital infusion, and then a profitable business and an investable business. This is what investors long run are looking for. So you should be able to describe how you can get to that pathway. It's amazing how many people come up and they don't tell you what they're actually asking for. Go through the entire presentation, that should be in there. Why are you here? Are you looking for capital? In some cases that may seem like it's evident, but not always. What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up the equity? Are you willing to take on debt? Are you looking at a hybrid, some convertible debt? What are the terms that you're going to be offering to get money, to get investors? Then we talked about creative financing. Last month discussed if you've got a 401k from a former employer and you've got your new business up and running, you can utilize a solo 401k and actually borrow from yourself. Investors generally like to see that you're making an investment in your business. If you've got your capital, your time, and your confidence in it, then they're more apt to give you funding as well. So why do we go through all of this? 1 month talked about Crowdfunder. It's an online platform. Somebody mentioned Kickstarter earlier. Kickstarter doesn't let you do equity. Crowdfunder actually does. But in order to do it, you've got to know the answers to all the things that I just outlined and even more. So as we progress into 2020, I want to start talking about the different rounds of funding and what you can utilize in order to get your business financed in the seed round and beyond. We're here to help. If you have any questions about any of these topics, please feel free. Oh, perfect. And we have 1 minute for questions now if anybody has any basic questions. Anybody. There is no stupid question, I promise. No? All right. Well, we're available after the presentations. If you need help with any of this stuff or some guidance, look for us. We're invested in the local community, sponsor of TC NewTech quite often, want to see local jobs created. Rely on us. Appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thank you, Christopher.